Okay, so we're going to begin. Welcome to Goddess of Love Masterclass. And we are going to begin. I love to begin with just a little grounding. As modern human beings, we have a lot of tabs open in our minds. We have a lot going on. So let's just ground ourselves this evening. So wherever you are, I invite you to just begin to sit and feel a little bit more weighted in your body. Feel nice and weighted in the body. Feel your hips and your pelvis begin to send that energy down. And now take a deep, full inhalation in and a deep, full exhalation out. And now as you inhale, allow the belly to expand a little bit. So inhale, allow the belly to expand. And exhale out. Very good. And now feel nice and weighted, nice and grounded in the hips and the pelvis. Feel your feet grounded to the earth and just more connected. See if there's any tension in the body and begin to allow that tension to melt through your exhale. So inhale and exhale. Just begin to feel a bit more grounded, a bit more relaxed. Bring your hands to your thighs and just feel more present in the body. This is a great way to just come more into the body using the breath and then some just light touches on your thighs. Come into the body. Come into the room. Come into this training. I'm going to be giving you a lot of information tonight, and I want you to be a receiving vessel. So if you are a coach, a mentor, a teacher, a parent, just take the seat now of the receiver. There's nothing to do, just to open and receive. Okay? All right. So welcome, everyone. I want to first go over who is this for, who is this training for, so you know you're in the right place. This is for you if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling dry, if you're feeling like you can't relax when you're on a date or with your partner. This is for you if you feel like there's something missing in your life, if you feel like there's something more, if you feel like, yes, I work and then I come home, but there has to be something more to my life. This is for you if you feel tightness in your body, if you feel a disconnect to your body, you are in the right place. This is for you if you feel like, or you've been taught that feminine energy is weak and useless. That goddess energy is weak and useless. It's just something that people use out there. It's a marketing trick. It's nothing. If you've been taught that way. If you feel like you're in your life, you would just beholden to your to-do list. You have your to-do list and that's just, it's on and on and on and on, and you're just stuck in your never-ending to-do list. So all of those things, let me know if, just put a yes if that resonates for you, because that means that you are in the right place. If you resonate with any of those things. Okay. So here's what we're going to learn tonight. You're going to learn why you might be feeling exhausted, why you might be feeling disconnected from your body. You're going to learn how to embody your feminine energy. You're going to learn how to embody your feminine energy, how to embody the goddess energy. You're going to learn, and tonight, different practices that you can put in place starting tonight to embody more of your feminine energy, to awaken more of your feminine energy, and to learn about your own inner goddess and to learn more about how to activate the love energy from within. So I had a whole slideshow, but I found that that takes me more into my mental plane. So I'm just gonna speak to you because it's just I just rather speak from my heart. I do have a few notes here, but I just don't want to be stuck in my brain. I'd rather just speak, okay? So here's what's causing the problem. Here's why we're feeling stuck. Here's why we're feeling disconnected. Here's why we're feeling all just wrapped up in this to-do list. We've been conditioned to do life only one way. That's me, you, everybody. We've been conditioned to do life through our masculine energy. We've been groomed in our masculine energy. We've been rewarded for being in our masculine energy. We've received accolades, um, praise, degrees, money, all type of things for being solely in our masculine energy. We've been taught to suppress the other side of us. We've been taught to suppress our feminine energy, which is so essential to our health, to our well-being, and to being fully activated in who we are. When we suppress half of ourselves, more than half of ourselves, we're not fully in our power. We're actually knocked off of our power. So the masculine energy and only being in the masculine energy is damaging to our body, is damaging to our mind, and is damaging to our spirit, and is damaging to our relationships with our partner, our relationships with attracting love, our relationships with our children, our relationships in business as well. So we've been taught to compete, to strive, to suppress our emotions. We've been caught in this independent trap that we have to do everything ourselves. And we've been taught that we have to figure everything out on our own. This is causing the rise of infertility with women. This is causing a rise of autoimmune issues, because the truth is our hormonal makeup is different from the masculine. If we're taught to only be in our masculine energy, it's actually very taxing on our body. It's taxing on our hormones. We have different hormones that require different lifestyle, and that needs to be honored. So when we're working and getting into lots of stress, that stress, lots of cortisol that's entering into our bloodstream, and it's very damaging to our health. Like I said, our fertility not only in just ability to create a baby, but fertility in all areas of life, fertility in a creative sense, because all creativity comes from here, from the womb center, from your ovaries. So when you're not activated in that energy, suppressing your creativity, then all the different projects and the books and the painting and the dancing and the singing and all of those things, they don't come out. They're not manifested. They're just suppressed. And that is a very stuck energy in our body as well. This is also leading to the rise in fibroids, endometriosis, all of these conditions. It's stress related, and there's different types of stress. I'm not going to get into that, but you get the idea. It's the stress of this lifestyle. It's the stress of not prioritizing rest. It's the stress that's very taxing to the feminine, whereas the masculine thrives in those conditions. That's actually hormonally correct for them to be in competition. If you think about the male body, if you think about sperm, let's talk about it, because our bodies have a lot of wisdom. So this sperm, when it ejaculates, there's millions, and they're competing and they're striving and they're moving and they're fast and they're swimming and they have direction and that is masculine energy. It is forward. It's moving forward. It has direction. It's pushing, it's pushing, it's pushing. That's not our job. We are the egg. What's the egg? She comes out in her wholeness, in her fullness, right? She shines, and all of these sperm, they're coming, moving, duh, 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 duh. And she, the egg, chooses which sperm to enter, and he has to go through barriers that to me represents our integrated boundaries. But you get the idea. Our body has a lot to share with us on how to be in our feminine essence. It's showing us exactly how to be selective with who we allow, to be in our fullness, to be in our radiance, not to be spermy, but to be the egg, to be receiving. It's a different energy. But many of us have been groomed, and it's just part of Western society to be very, very, I'm going to say the word spermy, but to be very much forward moving, masculine, pushing. So once you adopt or begin to integrate some of the teachings we're going to go over tonight, you're going to be able to deepen your relationships. Deepen your relationships with your partner, or be in ability to attract your king if that's the season that you're in. It is very difficult to attract a king when you're in your masculine energy. Think about a king. He's looking for a queen. He's looking for someone that's in their feminine. He's looking for the feminine counterpart. He's looking for that feminine that's going to have, that holds the feminine pull of the polarity. So when we show up in our masculine, we show up, pushing and chasing, and even with like a pushing energy, when we're not able to relax in our body, when we're not able to relax in our femininity, when we don't have our full radiance, then it actually repels the masculine. What attracts the masculine is the feminine pull. One of the other things that you will get from integrating the teachings from tonight is you'll learn to deepen your love for your body. I'm very big on that. I'm a dancer, and I've had to go through a lot of my life learning to love my body just as she is. And I believe that I went through what I went through in order to embody it and in order to teach it. So I was taught, I was always in dance. We're always being judged by our bodies in dance from a very young age. From 12, I was taught my hips are too big, I'm too big, I'm too fat at 12. So I've had a long journey of self-love with my body, acceptance of who she is right now. And in this moment, loving her, cherishing her. And that is something that I bring, that I want other women to experience as well. I used to sell waist beads, and women would be like, oh no, I get them when I lose this much weight. It's not about that. It's not about loving myself in the future. It's right here and now. I love my body. I accept my body. I cherish her. In this training, you're going to learn how to increase your libido. So again, being in the masculine can really wreak havoc on our sacred sexual energy. It can take us off kilter. It can make us not even learn how to love our body the way that she desires to be, in the sense that when we're in sacred union in sexual energy, we make love very differently. We have different needs. The feminine is very different. The feminine experience of her sexuality is very different. And the truth is that most men learn that from porn. So it does a disservice to everyone. So we're gonna learn for ourselves how to increase our libido, because being in the masculine can, again, really diminish that and can make your body numb. That's a lot of my clients talk about. It makes their body numb. Not only a disconnect from your body, a disconnect from your desire, but a numbness. And I believe that the world is very desperate for this work, very desperate for feminine energy. I believe that not only women, but men too are really craving the divine feminine in this moment. So this is very special work, very special work. So that is what you'll walk away with after this training. So who am I? My name is Maya Luisa, as you know, and from a young age, like I said, when I was 12, I was on the track to becoming a professional dancer. I wanted to be a ballet dancer, and I was in a ballet school. And at 12 years old, they told me I would never make it. Crushed my soul, crushed my dreams. But I kept going. I kept dancing because I loved it. I loved how it made me feel. How I loved being in my body. I loved expressing music through my body. Then when I was 18, I got into Howard University through the dance program, and I was a dance major at Howard University. And sophomore year, the entire faculty and all of my teachers had a meeting with me, and they told me, "You're never going to make it as a dancer. You should stop." They said my body is untrainable and that I should stop dancing. And I I was crushed, I didn't get out of bed for like a week, but I was just like, I don't need them to dance. Like it's something in my soul. I love dancing. So I went on to join a dance company. I traveled around the world, Afro-Cuban dance. Then I studied belly dance. Then I moved to New York, started teaching in the New York Sports Club, started doing all these different events for women, teaching dance, sharing, bringing women together. So I would teach dancing, I would teach sensual stretch, and they loved it. People were coming from Jersey, people were coming in the snow. Everyone loved to dance. They loved to be and feel sexy. They loved to, just express themselves. I used to teach in the financial district. I had these like hardcore corporate finance women sweating and moving their hair and just getting so into it. Then I opened my own dance studio, and I used to teach dancing there, sensual stretch, which is yoga, and I just share my love of dance to the world. And I used to have meetings and these full moon gatherings, and I would talk about feminine energy, and we would come together as women in a safe space to express our femininity, to feel like fully ourselves, a safe space where no one's judging you and you can just be all of you. So I've been doing this work for a very, very long time. I love this work. I love bringing feminine energy through movement, through dancing, through these trainings to women, because this is what's missing in our life. To be like, to have, a blissful life, a peaceful life, a life of our dreams. I believe what's missing is the feminine, and this is the stuff that is simply not taught. It's not taught. So I'm very passionate about this, and I'm so happy you're here. So in your email, you got instructions to have a markers, yes? You had instructions. We're going to do an assessment now of a black one, a green, this is red, yellow, and the green. Yes? So we're going to start, we're going to do an assessment. We're going to look at some things in our life, and we're going to see what's going on. And so I'll give you a moment to get all of that. Okay? I'll be right there. Hold on. Okay. All right. Here we go. So we're going to start the assessment part. Do not judge yourself. This is just so, it's okay. This is just so you know what's going on. If you came late, it's okay because I am recording it and then I will send the recording to you tomorrow. The whole thing. Okay? Here we go. Let's do this. I'm gonna move this so you can see. All right. So we're gonna start with the black and you're gonna make 3 circles like this. 1, 2, and 3. Can you see? Should I move closer? Can see? I see. Okay, good. All right. So they're all gonna overlap right here. And here you're going to put radiant goddess. Radiant goddess. Radiant goddess. Okay? So then we go up here and we draw a little curve up here. And we do 1 slash and another slash. In the center, we put dance slash movement. Dance slash movement. Here we're gonna put dance. Here we're gonna put stretch slash yoga. And here we're going to put breath work. Okay, so we have dance up here, we have stretch slash yoga, and we have breath work. So if you have a practice of once a week, at least once a week, you are dancing, or moving your body. It could be kickboxing, it could be Tai Chi, it could be swimming, it could be pole dancing, but you have a practice of once a week, no matter what, I'm working out, I'm getting into my body, I'm doing something to get completely out of my head and into my body. And I do this on a weekly basis, no matter what. If that is you, you're gonna fill this in with green. If twice a month you have some type of dancing, some type of movement, some type of exercise, you're going to put yellow. I don't have a yellow, this is orange, but you know what I mean. You're gonna put yellow. And if you're not exercising at all, you're gonna fill in with red. So for most of my clients, this is a yellow, so I'm gonna put yellow. So like twice a month, they're doing something. They're running, they're doing Pilates, they're doing something. And you fill it in like that. So if once a week at least You are stretching your body, you're elongating your muscles, you're opening in your hip area. The hips are extremely important to the feminine. This is where we hold our emotions. This is where we hold our creativity. So, what is happening is many of us are just sitting down all day in our job in front of a computer, and it's very damaging to our hip, it's damaging to our reproductive organs and sexual energy. So if you're stretching, yes, at least once a week, you're going to put a green. If you're stretching, let's say put on a YouTube every now and again, you're going to put yellow. If you're not stretching your body at all, you're going to put red. For most of my clients, this is a red. Stretch is also yoga. Stretching yoga. Okay, breath work. So if you have a practice of presencing your breath, if you're doing anything with meditation and breath work, pranayama, if you're doing things to really settle your nervous system once a week on a consistent basis, you're working with your breath, you're presencing your breath, where your breath goes in your body. If you're training that part of you, you're going to put a green. If you're maybe once a month, you're doing some type of breath work, some type of pranayama, something to do with your breath, with your nervous system, you're going to put a yellow. And if you don't have any practice in breath work, you're going to put a red. So for most of my clients, this is a red. Okay, in this one, we're gonna put self-care ritual. And you're gonna make another arc and make one slit and another slit. And then you're gonna put here, you're gonna put feminine space, feminine space. Here you're gonna put morning and night ritual. And here you're going to put yoni steam. So when you walk into your home or you walk into your apartment, you open the door. If in your apartment there might be some clutter. Again, we're not judging ourselves, right? This is just to bring awareness of what's going on. So I don't want you to beat yourself up or to feel bad or to feel anything. We're just bringing awareness so we can see, so that we're not asleep anymore. We can kind of wake up to what's going on. So you open the door and there's might be clutter. There might be remnants of work. Let's say you work at home, you have your work overflowing into your space. Um, it's just not representative of anything that has to do with feminine energy or doesn't give you a relaxed feeling in your body. If your space doesn't have any space that makes you is representative of fluidity and of water and of the divine feminine and of magic and ethereal things. If you don't have that in your home, it's mostly just work, clutter, then you're going to put a red. If you open the door in your home, and yes, there's some things here and there, but you have a corner, and in that corner, you have a beautiful painting. Maybe you have some crystals, maybe you have a little fountain. You have something that's like anchors your feminine spirit. It gives you a remembering of your femininity, of your divinity, of the fact that you're not just a robot, that you are divine and you are a child of the creator. So you have something. It's a corner, it's a space. If you have something, then you're going to put a yellow. If you open your home and you have beautiful artwork, creativity, that your entire home, it gives you a sense of peace. It relaxes you. It makes you feel rejuvenated. It's kind of like entering a womb again, where every night you feel rebirthed. You feel things that are surrounding your home remind you of your femininity and make you feel beautiful. Again, that feeling of relaxedness. If that's the case, you're going to put a green. Excuse me. So for most of my clients, this is a yellow. So I'm going to put yellow. If in the morning it's really no thought, you slap some water on your face, you put on some clothes, you're just going to work, you're trying to get there, you're just getting it done, really in like a no thought to it. It's just like, I gotta go, I gotta get out the door by this time. There's nothing else to it. And then at night, you know, change into whatever pajamas and maybe pass out, you know. You wash your face sometimes, like there's nothing really anchoring you, you're gonna put a red. If you know, you do something in the morning, you do something in the evening, maybe you do have a skincare routine. It's not consistent, but you know, every once in a while you'll do something, dress up maybe if you have a work event or if you have an event. And at nighttime, you know, you do have a few things that you do at night, and you're gonna put a yellow. If you have a routine where in the morning you're taking your time, you have a ritual that really anchors you and prepares you for your day. If you have a morning ritual that makes you feel glowy, that makes you step into your radiance, if you feel like, yes, I'm charged for the day by this whatever routine you have, and then at night, if you're getting and putting intention into what you wear, putting in intention into your sleep, in your sleeping and how you sleep, then you're going to put a green. So this is like bookends for your day. This is consistent. You have bookends in the morning, I do this, in the evening, I do this, no matter what. This is these are the rituals that anchor me. If that's you, you're going to put a green. Most of my clients, this is a yellow. Yoni steam. If you have go and get your yoni steam, or so yoni steam is a vaginal steam. It's when you sit on an open seat and you allow the herbs to come up, so they boil herbs underneath and the steam comes up, and what the steam does is it tonifies your vaginal canal. It pulls away all the toxins that may be present in the womb center. It helps to heal scar tissue, to heal trauma. It helps in many different ways to balance your hormones. It helps with lubrication and all of the things. It's just a beautiful practice. So if you're doing this on a consistent basis, which would probably be the minimum twice a month, then you're going to put green. If a couple times a year, You might get a yoni steam or you have a kit, but you don't really get around to it. You're going to put a yellow. And if you don't know what yoni steam is, or have never had one, or haven't had one in the last year, you're going to put a red. So for most of my clients, this is a red. Okay. So the last circle is mind, nourishment. Mind, nourishment. Same thing, we make an arc, we cut it once, and we cut it twice. Then we put meditation, affirmation. Oh, let me try that again. I'll put it this way. Affirmation. And the last one is journal. So, meditation, affirmation, and journal. So if you have a practice every day that you sit in silence and you do a meditation, or you have a deep prayer practice that you do every day where you're connecting with your higher self, you're connecting with the divine, you're going within, you're going to put a green. If twice a month you put on a meditation from YouTube, or you have an app and you're doing it sparingly, not consistent, you're going to put a yellow. And if you're not meditating, not doing going within practice, you're going to put a red. So for most of my clients, this is a red. Affirmations. So if in the morning or before work or before consistently you have affirmations that you affirm over your body, how is it different from breath work? So breath work, we're dealing just with the breath, and meditation is the whole mindful meditation practice. So you can do breath work in your stretching. You can do breath work with doing pelvic floor work simultaneously. You can do breath work separate from meditation practice. But there is breath work within meditation practice too, because you are breathing. But breath work beyond that, when you're connecting with the different nerve endings in your pelvic floor, for example. So you can do some unlocking from your pelvic floor using the breath. That's what I mean by that. Affirmations. So if you are affirming yourself, you are affirming your dream, your desire, your higher self. You're calling on your higher self. You're like wearing your affirmations as a cloak every day. You're affirming what you want. You're affirming love. You're affirming wealth. You're affirming these things. Then you're going to put a green. If you have some affirmations, maybe you have them on a sticky note somewhere, you're going to put a yellow. And if you don't have affirmations, or maybe you have some, but you're not reading them consistently, they're not evoking a feeling in your body, then you're going to put a red. For most of my clients, this is a red. journal. So, if you have a journal and you're writing in your journal, you're working things out, you're writing down your dreams, you might get triggered and you're working through that trigger in your journal work. If you have a consistent practice of releasing your inner thoughts, you have a practice of writing these things down, of you working through your emotions, your triggers, your dreams, your innermost conversation. If you have a journal practice, you're going to put a green. If you own a journal, it's not consistent. Every once in a while, you're writing in it. It's somewhere in your house, but it's like not a consistent, strong practice. It's still there. You're going to put a yellow. And if you don't have a journal practice at all, you're going to put a red. So for most of my clients, this is red. Okay. So what happens? So when we don't have a dance and movement practice, it doesn't have to necessarily be dance, but we don't have an exercise practice, when we're not getting our heart rate up, when we're not um, getting that endorphin hit, we're not having those moments of just being completely in the body, we end up becoming stiff and unhealthy. Stiff and unhealthy. Because your body is meant to move. Think about our ancestors that were in the hunter-gatherers. They moved a lot. They had to go to the river to catch water. They were gathering all the time. They moved their bodies a lot. Our bodies are meant for movement, but because of modern times, we're sitting so much, it's causing a lot of damage for us. Emotionally too, because when we exercise, it actually strengthens our nervous system. So no matter what, when life be lifing, because life be lifing, we're able to handle that in a different way when we do have a strong exercise practice. So this is essential. When we don't have a self-care ritual, when we're not consistent with our self-care in caring for our yoni. Yoni is your vagina. When we're not caring for our yoni, showing reverence to her, honoring her, giving her what she wants, giving her attention, love, affection, when we don't have that on a consistent basis. So self-care looks different for many people, but essential to the feminine self-care is the care of your yoni, is the honoring of your yoni on a consistent basis. So when we don't do that, we end up becoming dried up. Self-care makes you juicy. It makes you juicy, it makes you strong, it makes you vibrant on many levels. Mind nourishment. What happens when we don't nourish our mind? We can experience triggers. We all have triggers. But when we experience them, we don't have space within our body to process it. And so we lash it back out. Because it's it's easier to lash it back out, to throw it back out, to be angry, to be upset, to throw our emotions back on the next person, we don't have the wherewithal to process it, to say, I'm being triggered right now, and to just allow that trigger to dissolve within us. We hot potato it onto the world, onto our partner, onto our children, you get the picture. So without mind nourishment, we're an emotional mess. Emotional mess. I'll go just to the mind nourishment. So I had a client who we were working one to one together this summer, and she had an she wanted to call in love. She wanted to call in a relationship. She was ready to attract her king. So I started with just the mind nourishment. We started to do different things, different journal prompts, different awakenings, different affirmations, and different things that she was saying along with the meditation. And what happened was, because in her life, her father was not present. He wasn't present consistently. He wasn't there. So that, as a child, that imprinted onto her nervous system. So as an adult, when she went out, this is all subconscious, she was attracting partners that were not consistent. Even though consciously in her mind, she knew she wanted a consistent king, subconsciously, she was attracting that of her father because it felt familiar. Because that pull, that push, that pull, that they're not there, then they're there. All of that stuff felt very familiar to her nervous system. So just started with the mind stuff. Just started with the awareness. Just starting with that. She was attracting so many dates, so many suitors, no apps, just being herself, that we would often have to reschedule. One time we had to reschedule our session 3 times because she became the embodiment of love. And that is what it's about. It is about moving from the mental plane into the heart space. And it's a slow movement, but you can do it holistically. When you do it holistically in this way, through the body, through the ritual, through the self-care, through the reverence of your yoni, it's a solid foundation. You won't falter off. You create new neural pathways in your brain. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new embodiment. And just with the mind stuff alone, she shifted everything. She shifted everything. So for all of us, it's different, it's different things, but this is a holistic approach to reaching our true radiance that comes from within. Our true radiance that comes from within. And we all have access to that. To be a goddess of love, we have to be able to process our emotions. We have to have things in store to be able to process our triggers, to process things that are going on, to bring more self-awareness to ourselves. To be a goddess of love, it has to be in your body, presence in your body. There's nothing more alluring to a man than a woman who is present in her body. There's nothing more magnetic. It's very rare, I might add. So when it's there, it's just, they're drawn to it because the masculine, remember, the masculine is the mental plane. So when you show up in your body, fully embraced in your body, relaxed, that is very magnetic. It draws them in because it draws them out of their own head. And they're like, ooh, watch the movies, watch the films. What is it that makes the women so alluring when you watch like a movie where it's a love interest? That actress, I bet you anything, she's in her body. She's present in her body. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to do anything. That's the key. The masculine is the doing. The feminine is the being. It's the being energy. We think we have to do, we're trained that way. You do not. You have to be fully in your radiance, and that's it. It's so much easier to be in your feminine. It's hard because we try so hard to be in our masculine. It's actually like you don't have to work and to strive and to push and to do to get what we want. We have to learn how to be. That's the key. So with the dancing, again, is being present. It's having those rituals. It's having that way of being, that reverence to your body. That sends a different signal out into the world. The world experiences you differently because you're experiencing you differently. You're experiencing your body differently. You think differently. Not that there's anything wrong with you right now, but there is an element of your feminine essence from within that wants to be awakened. That's why you're on this call. So it's not that there's something wrong with you, it's that a part of you within wants to come out. You're not shifting who you are, you're awakening and expanding who you are through finding your feminine. The feminine loves ritual. Why? Ritual is just an evocation. Ritual is consistent. The feminine is the subconscious mind. So when we're in these ritual, when you're doing something consistently, these small little moments, it's telling your subconscious mind to relax. It's telling your subconscious mind that it's okay to awaken. It's okay for your feminine to come forward. The feminine can only come out when she feels safe. The feminine can only emerge when she feels safe. Think about walking down a street in Bed-Stuy. Bed-Stuy is Brooklyn, okay? At night, you're not gonna be in your feminine. You're not gonna be flowy in the moment, feeling my body. No, you're gonna be in high alert in your masculine. Your feminine is not safe to emerge in that moment. But when we create this, we create moments for her to feel safe so that you can feel into her. So that when you're on a date, when you're with your partner, you know how to allow that feminine energy to come forward. And that is a game changer. That is a game changer for every aspect of your life. So let me know in the chat which was your favorite. Which one was like, oh my God, it's just speaking to me. Let me know in the chat which one is like really standing out to you. Oh my God, self-care was low. Yeah, it's okay. Self-care, the mindset, nourishment. Yes. Yes. Self-care. Yeah. And so even though, and we start very small, okay? Very small in the morning. Even if you put extra 5 minutes, extra 10 minutes into your appearance, into your look, so that you're feeling confident, so that you feel beautiful, so that you feel fully expressed. Just take an extra 5 minutes on your look and see how that feeds into the rest of your day. Take extra time in the morning. And then at night, when you go to sleep, it's very important what you sleep in. Because when you're sleeping, your subconscious mind is awake and talking and like, this was heaven sent because I'm literally upgrading my wardrobe and jewels, even my skincare. Yes, good for you. Yes, springtime. So when you sleep, get something nice to sleep in so your subconscious mind knows like, ooh, this is a queen. When you sleep, that's when your subconscious is speaking. She's alive. And so you want to pay attention to what you sleep in. Very important. Get something that makes you feel regal, that makes you feel so juicy. You know, yes, very important what you sleep in. Very important. So this is my passion. This is my work. I hope to come to something of yours. A friend of mine shared. She said she got to meet you during Goddess Glow Up. Okay, yeah, that was so long ago. Yes, yes. Okay, yes. So that was like 2018. So in so I create this course. It's called Radiant Goddess. So if you want all of this like a step by step by step by step course, that we have a community, we have dances, we have lectures, we have journal work, you have all of this and lifetime access, I invite you to join us for Radiant Goddess. And there's a bonus. So if you join before Sunday, you get a free one-to-one session with me. So you should have got an email, right? The email will come soon. I think in like 10 minutes, you'll get an email, and that's your official invitation to join us for Radiant Goddess. If this is something that calls to you, if you want to go deeper into this work, if you're like, you know what, this is time for my feminine to emerge. This is what is missing. This is what I want to work on. If especially if you want to attract your king, because not only just attracting the king, but also maintaining the juice of the relationship so that you don't become like roommates. It happens, but you want to maintain the feminine pull. You want to maintain that polarity. You want to maintain, even in relationship, even in marriage, the little mystery, the goddess energy, the love energy. So, and even with the loving energy, a goddess of love pours love, so it's moving from the mental into the heart. So you're pouring love into yourself in a holistic way, but you're pouring love and creating your life from your heart. So you're pouring love into your business, you're pouring love into your career, you're pouring love into your mothering, but it's not coming from an empty cup. It's coming from a very full cup, very full. And that is the game changer. We're not moving from the masculine, from depletion. It's moving in a different way. And your family, your loved ones, especially your lover, appreciates it. So if you decide to join the course, there's lifetime access, there's modules that you can start right away. And then we have live calls every month, new trainings added all the time. And it's a whole community of goddesses that are just on the path, just like you, just like me. It's very beautiful. So, does anyone have any questions? I'm excited. You're upgrading your wardrobe. Yes. Let me know about the skincare. I'm always like to try different skincare. Um,
Hello, I have questions, but
mhm.
it's so many questions. Do you
Mhm.
Starting with Roni steam, do you think that's something that I can do myself, or because I don't know what it is, I should go to someone?
I think
And
you should
by the
go
way,
to
my name is
someone.
Nadine. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You said your name is Nadine?
Yeah.
Hi, Nadine. I suggest
Hello.
first going to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Going to someone first because they can prescribe the correct, they're trained in it and they can prescribe the correct herbs for you, specific to your needs, specific to what you're looking for. And go a few times and then you'll get the hang of how it's supposed to be. But I suggest you
Mm-hmm.
go to someone first.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-mm.
Anyone else have any questions?
I think I have another question because you have divine goddess work in modules, do you also help people who are interested in Santeria in general? Um, or is that something that you kind of refer, like mentors that you have?
So for Santeria, I have an offering of a reading that I do. That would be the way to start. It would be an ancestral reading that I do, and just to, because that's the groundwork, is the ancestors. So I do ancestral readings. But mentoring, no, it would have to be like starting with the ancestors, seeing what they say and how you feel and what your goals are and stuff like that. That's how it would be.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I forgot to mention the jade eggs. Completely. We'll talk about it another time. But yes, I also in the course do a jade egg work. Jade yoni eggs are I have them right here, but they're basically small eggs made of jade. And we do exercises with them where we and they enter into the yoni space, into the vaginal canal. And we do different dances, different breath work with the jade eggs. That is also something we do in the course. And what that does is it tonifies your vaginal canal. It tightens your vaginal canal, not for just the pleasure of whoever, but for you, because when you're sitting down all day, and as you get older and after childbirth, what happens is you think about all of the organs of the body are sitting on top of your yoni. So if your yoni muscles begin to experience atrophy, if they begin to get weakened, it can actually all of the your organs in your body begin to kind of slump to and to. So what we do is we work with the jade egg, which is an ancient practice from the Tao dynasty, talking 5,000 years ago. The concubines of the emperor, it was like secret, top secret stuff that they would do. Only the concubines knew about this practice. But then the knowledge got leaked out, thank God, because now we have it and we can work with our jade eggs. So jade eggs is another beautiful practice that we do. I'm going to be teaching that, I believe, next month inside of the course because it's deep energy work. And so I teach you about how to work with the jade egg, what to do. It's deeper than a Kegel. A Kegel just basically, first of all, it's named after a man. So it's like, but it basically just works with the outside of the PC muscles, your pelvic floor muscles. When you're working with the jade egg, you're working with the entire length of the vaginal canal. So what happens when we work with the jade egg? It not only tonifies the vaginal canal, but you're sending blood, circulation, energy. You're learning to work and squeeze and open. It's like exercise, but it's very gentle. And the jade specifically, only I work with jade because that particular stone works beautifully with the tissues, the delicate tissues of our vulva and our vaginal canal. It's a beauty. It's a beauty stone. So it's tonifying, it's doing all these things. It's beautiful. So again, that is a part of the breath work practice. I only focus on, but jade work is breath work as well. The jade egg work. It's beautiful. It changes, it changes your face as well because the muscles of your face and the muscles of your yoni are very connected. That's why in childbirth we always like want to relax our mouth because it's relaxing our yoni opening as well. So yes, who's well, yes. They're very connected. So when you feel like tightening here, sometimes we feel stressed and we're like biting our jaw. there's also tightening going on down there. So when you do the yoni steam, you'll relax in so many ways and you'll sleep very nicely after your steam. Anyone else have any questions? Okay, well, thank you all so much for coming to the training. I know that
Thank you
you're
for
so welcome.
the for the price point. I just got out of the hospital and I needed this so much. I didn't have money and I just saw this free workshop and I think this workshop is already changing my life. So thank you
Oh,
so much. Like I I wish I had this before I went to the hospital. But
oh.
of course, we move forward.
Well, I wish you a strong and beautiful healing journey. And I'm glad that you came. Have a great night, everyone. You're going to get an email with the invitation to work with me. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody. Peace and love.